My friend's boyfriend put her in the hospital twice in 1 year. Everyone knew. Everyone whispered. I received a chilling warning from my reclusive neighbor. A man in a black jacket was asking about me, describing me in detail. But this wasn't just a random inquiry. It was the first sinister ripple of an approaching storm, threatening to drag me and my family into the dark world of an abuser I helped escape. Francesca had lived in the apartment across from mine for 2 years, and I could count on one hand how many times she'd actually spoken to me. Mostly just tight nods in the hallway, the kind that said, I see you exist, but let's not make this a thing. So, when she stopped me on Saturday morning outside my door and asked if that guy in the black jacket had found me yet, I just stood there with my grocery bag trying to process what she was even talking about. What guy? She shifted her weight and explained that someone had been hanging around the building yesterday afternoon, knocking on doors and asking which apartment was mine. He described me specifically. Brown hair, early 20s, drives the silver Lexus in spot 47. When he got her door, she told him she didn't know anything because that's what you tell random strangers asking about your neighbors. But she thought I should probably know someone was looking for me, that specifically. I thanked her, and she disappeared back in her apartment before I could ask anything else. I stood there in the hallway, trying to figure out who would send someone to find me instead of just texting or calling like a normal person. My mom hadn't mentioned sending anyone. My dad lived 3 states away in Ohio, and definitely would have told me if he hired some kind of courier service or whatever. I called my brother Reggie on my way inside, and he laughed. Told me I was being paranoid, that it was probably just a delivery guy who couldn't find the right apartment, and gave up. But delivery guys don't describe you physically. They have a tracking number and an address. They leave the package at the office or by your door, and they move on to the next stop. I texted Cassandra because we'd been planning to meet up that afternoon. Anyway, she responded almost immediately saying it was actually weird I'd brought that up. She'd seen someone matching that exact description outside the CVS near campus on Thursday. A guy in a black jacket, just standing by the entrance like he was waiting for someone, but not really looking at his phone or doing anything, just watching people come and go. She noticed him because he'd been there for at least 20 minutes while she was shopping and was still there when she left. She hadn't thought much about it until right now. The CVS was 6 blocks from my apartment. It wasn't on the way to anywhere I regularly went. You don't just end up standing outside a random CVS for 20 minutes unless you're waiting for something specific. I asked what else she remembered about him. She said height, maybe early 30s, dark hair, nothing that stood out about his face, but he had this way of standing. Really still, really focused. That made her think he was looking for someone in particular. She'd figured it was some weird dating app meetup situation and forgotten about it. 2 sightings in 2 days, both in places I actually went to regularly, both matching the same description. I called Reggie back and told him this wasn't me being paranoid anymore. I want to believe Kyle will eventually move on, find someone else to obsess over, leave Annette alone. But I also know men like him don't just give up when they lose control of something they think belongs to them.